welcome to another little video. This is a little addition to the video I made yesterday, video on discipline and struggle in meditation practice. There's something I'd like to add to that. So, of course, there are situations where discipline is needed in your meditation practice, and there are situations where you just should leave yourself alone and enjoy it. Sit down and relax with yourself, leave yourself be as you are. This is the actual practice. So basically, having discipline means that you're doing something because it's good. You're not doing it because you like it or you don't like it. Okay, so you do it regardless of aversion or attachment to the practice. I consider that to be discipline. And that discipline comes from a thorough understanding that what you're doing is really beneficial. It is beneficial for the short term, means it's beneficial here and now, and it is beneficial on the long run. So you're going, of course, you're going through a process of development when you're practicing meditation. Conventionally speaking, you're cultivating peace. But the cultivation of peace, it's a bit paradoxical. The cultivation of peace happens when you're not seeking for it, rather when you're leaving yourself alone. And this can be considered a practice of meditation. This is one aspect or one facet of the practice of meditation. The other aspect is, for example, to cultivate concentration or the ability to stay with one facet for extended amounts of time. So basically to allow the mind to settle within itself, to come to a quiet standstill point, which is very relaxing, it's very refreshing. In order to achieve that, so notice I'm saying achieving, that you're working towards something. Of course, conventionally you're sitting down, you're working towards something. You're working to attain a calmer state of mind. So you're making the mind less busy. And in order to attain that, of course, you need to use some discipline. You need to be able to sit down regularly for a fixed amount of time. And then you do that whether you like it or not. That's the trick. So basically you commit to a regular, let's say a training routine. Every day sitting down for, let's do it like this. I will suggest you a training routine which I find to be very, very beneficial. So for example, for the first month, commit to 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at nighttime. Just sit down quietly and then leave yourself alone. Just be with your breath, see whatever feeling arises, let it arise, whatever feeling passes, let it pass. It's a very easygoing, very relaxed practice. Basically, you're allowing yourself to become more settled in yourself, to be more settled with your mind. So you do that 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the evening. You do that for a month. After a month, you can add any amount of time, 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And so you build your practice until you come to the point where you are able to sit 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the evening or afternoon time. When you're doing that, I would also train my posture, for example, at the same time. Commit to sitting still for this amount of time. So initially, for example, to check what you can do, sit down for an amount of time and just be still. And see when it becomes kind of unbearable, when you don't like it anymore at all, when the sitting still becomes really hard, then stop there and check your time. Let's say it's been 20 minutes for you. So this is the time with which you're starting. So do that for 1 month. After that month, you add time. So that way you become more skilled at sitting. And also you're becoming more skilled sitting with stress. So the first noble truth that the Buddha has found is the noble truth of suffering. And he said very clearly and straightforward, he said, suffering ought to be understood. It ought to be comprehended. So that means we have to have a look at it. So the first thing that happens when you're sitting down still and you have nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, no distractions, no phones, no books, no conversations, no TV, the first thing that you will notice is that there is a whole lot of drama going on the physical level and on the mental level. Now the trick is to relax anyways, okay? And that takes a little bit of discipline. Most people kind of want to run away from that drama. That's natural instinct, it's normal, it's okay, acknowledge it, and then keep going anyways. However, not to the point where you're completely exhausting yourself and develop an annoyance to the practice. That would be incorrect. So you want to have fun with it. This is important. It's not a chore that you have to do in order to get better later or something like this. It is the very act of sitting down and understanding yourself better. Understanding, how do I react when I'm stressed? How do I react when I'm happy? What goes on within this mind, within this body? What can I find to be really true? So this requires the discipline of actually doing the practice on a regular basis. If you want to develop any skill in any field, whether it be worldly or spiritual, you have to be consistent and persistent with your practice. And your practice has to be authentic and it has to have a quality to it. And you're developing that quality by sticking to the routine that you select for yourself. Okay? So if there are any more questions concerning routines or what you could do or how long you could do, don't hesitate. You can just write it down in the comments or write me a personal message as usual. And well, there will be more videos coming up on the topic of discipline, I'm sure. This is something that is very, very important in meditation practice. So you're neither abandoning discipline, nor are you freaking out about discipline. It's very, very simple. You have to kind of find a middle path. You have to be disciplined to do the practice. While you're doing it, you let go of discipline. You relax right here, right now. So that would be how I do it. And it gives you very, very good results, very fast results. Okay? So I hope you liked it and it is beneficial to you. And well, see you next time. Bye-bye.